Bright sunny morning begins in the cheerful town of Furfuri Nagar. Colorful houses shine under the warm sunlight, and the busy market is full of happy people starting their day. Children run around laughing, while shopkeepers open their stalls filled with tasty snacks and fresh fruits. Among the people walking through the market are two famous friends, Motu and Patlu. Motu is round, cheerful, and loves eating delicious samosas more than anything in the world. Patlu is slim, calm, and very clever. He always helps solve problems with smart ideas. As the two friends walk through the lively market, something very surprising suddenly catches Motu's attention. Right in the middle of the market stands something unbelievable. A giant samosa. It is golden brown, crispy, and bigger than a cart. The delicious smell spreads across the market, and people gather around in amazement. Motu slowly walks closer with wide, excited eyes. He dreams about tasting the biggest samosa of his life. But just as Motu reaches out his hand, something strange happens. The giant samosa suddenly begins to roll. First slowly, then faster, and then even faster. The giant samosa rolls through the busy market street like a giant bouncing ball. People quickly move aside in surprise, while children laugh and point. Motu immediately runs after the rolling samosa with determination. Patlu runs behind him, trying to keep up with the strange chase. The giant samosa rolls past the bakery, past the toy shop, and through the busy street. Soon it rolls into the peaceful park filled with green trees and soft grass. Finally, the giant samosa slows down and stops near a big shady tree. Motu and Patlu run toward it quickly. But suddenly, the giant samosa disappears. Motu looks confused and surprised. Patlu carefully looks around the ground, thinking like a detective. Then Patlu notices something interesting. Tiny footprints on the dirt path. The footprints lead toward a group of bushes nearby. The two friends quietly.
A bright and cheerful morning begins in the colorful town of Furfuri Nagar. The streets slowly come alive as shopkeepers open their stores and birds fly happily in the blue sky. Two best friends walk through the busy street. Motu, a cheerful man with a round body, wears a red kurta and blue pajama. His best friend Patlu, who is slim and smart, wears a yellow kurta, orange pajama, and glasses. Motu happily walks through the street while thinking about his favorite food. The delicious smell of fresh samosas soon fills the air. Motu's eyes grow wide with excitement as the tasty smell reaches his nose. He quickly looks around to find where the smell is coming from. Near the samosa shop, Motu and Patlu notice something very unusual. A strange, shiny machine stands outside the shop. The machine has blinking lights, spinning gears, and metal pipes. Patlu looks at the machine carefully with curiosity, but Motu notices something even more exciting. Inside the machine, through a small glass window, a fresh samosa is slowly being made. Motu becomes very excited. Without thinking too much, he presses a big red button on the machine. Suddenly, the machine starts shaking and humming loudly. The gears begin spinning quickly, and lights start blinking everywhere. Then a small door opens, and a hot golden samosa pops out of the machine. Motu quickly grabs the samosa and happily eats it. It tastes delicious. But then another samosa pops out, and another one again. Soon the machine begins making samosas faster and faster. The tray becomes full, and samosas start falling onto the ground. A huge pile of samosas begins forming on the street. Motu dances happily around the growing pile of food, but the machine does not stop. More samosas continue to come out again and again. Soon the pile grows so big that it looks like a giant mountain of samosas. Some samosas roll down the street like little golden balls. Children laugh and try to catch them, while shopkeepers watch in surprise. The entire marketplace soon becomes covered with samosas. Motu slowly realizes that the situation has become a big problem. The machine is still making samosas, and the pile keeps growing. Patlu carefully studies the strange machine. He walks around it and looks closely at the blinking lights and spinning gears. Then Patlu notices a small hidden lever on the side of the machine, but the lever is high above the ground. Patlu carefully climbs the giant pile of samosas while Motu tries to help from below. Slowly and carefully, Patlu reaches the side of the machine. With a quick motion, Patlu pulls the lever. The machine suddenly makes a loud beep. The spinning gears begin slowing down. The blinking lights slowly fade. And finally, the machine stops. Peace returns to the streets of Furfurinagar. The samosas stop rolling and everyone looks around with relief. Soon the people of the town begin laughing at the funny situation. Children, shopkeepers, and neighbors happily share the huge pile of samosas. Motu sits proudly on top of the samosa mountain and enjoys his favorite snack. Patlu smiles calmly as the town returns to normal. It becomes a funny and unforgettable. A bright and beautiful morning begins in Furfurinagar, where colorful houses shine and birds fly happily across the clear blue sky. Motu walks happily while eating his favorite samosas, and Patlu walks beside him, smiling and enjoying the peaceful and cheerful morning. Suddenly, a strong wind blows through the town, making leaves and dust fly everywhere and shaking the trees around them. As the wind stops, something unusual appears under the old banyan tree, and people gather around it with curious and surprised expressions. Patlu carefully looks at the old map, while Motlu imagines a treasure full of delicious food and feels very excited. Filled with excitement and curiosity, Motu and Patlu decide to follow the map and begin their adventurous journey together. They enter the busy market, where colorful fruits, shops, and people create a lively and energetic environment all around them. Suddenly, Motu slips on a fruit peel and falls in a funny way, making the moment both surprising and full of laughter. Patlu helps Motlu stand and carefully guides him through the messy path, making sure they move forward safely and steadily. Soon, they reach an old wooden bridge over a flowing river, and Motu begins to feel nervous looking at it. Patlu stays calm and encourages Motlu, and together they slowly begin to cross the shaky bridge step by step. After carefully walking across, they safely reach the other side and feel relieved, happy, and proud of themselves. Their journey continues into a quiet forest, filled with tall trees, soft sunlight, and gentle winds moving through the leaves. They start searching the ground carefully, moving leaves and looking around to find the special signs shown on the map. As Motu steps forward, he unknowingly presses on a stone, and something mysterious begins to happen beneath them. Suddenly, a hidden box rises from the ground, surprising both of them as dust spreads gently into the air. Patlu opens the box carefully and finds a clue inside, while Motlu looks at it with excitement and curiosity. With new hope, they follow the clue and begin walking toward a distant hill, visible far ahead of them. Climbing the hill is not easy, and Motu feels very tired, but they continue moving forward with determination. Finally, they reach the top of the hill and enjoy the beautiful view of the town, feeling proud of their hard work. At the hilltop, they notice a strange rock shaped like a lion, exactly like the one shown on the map. Patlu carefully examines the rock and discovers a small hidden lever, while Motlu watches with great curiosity. Motlu pulls the lever with effort, and the ground begins to shake and slowly open with a dramatic movement. A secret chamber opens below, revealing a glowing treasure chest that shines brightly in the darkness. Excited and full of hope, Motu and Patlu run quickly toward the treasure to see what is inside. Motlu slowly opens the treasure chest with great excitement, expecting something amazing inside. To their surprise, instead of gold or food, they find old books, tools, and scrolls inside the chest. Patlu reads a message from the chest that explains the real meaning behind this unusual treasure. Motlu slowly understands the lesson and smiles, realizing that the journey itself was the true treasure. With happy hearts, they begin walking back toward their town as the sun starts to set. When they return, the people of Furfurinagar welcome them warmly and celebrate their exciting adventure. Motu happily enjoys his favorite samosas again, feeling joyful after the long and memorable journey. They share their story with everyone, spreading happiness and excitement throughout the entire town. The town becomes full of joy as everyone celebrates together, enjoying the special moment of happiness. As the sun sets, Motu and Patlu walk together peacefully, knowing that friendship and experiences are the greatest treasures. A bright and happy morning begins in Furfurinagar, full of life and color. Motu walks happily, dreaming about tasty samosas floating in the sky. Suddenly, the sky starts to change, and something feels strange. Soft snowflakes begin to fall, surprising everyone in the town. The town slowly turns white, and people enjoy the magical moment. Motu playfully tries to eat snow, imagining it as delicious food. But soon the snowfall becomes heavy, and the weather changes quickly. The roads turn slippery, making it hard for everyone to walk. Trees and houses begin to freeze as the cold grows stronger. Motu tries to eat a samosa, but it has turned into hard ice. Patlu observes everything carefully and realizes something is wrong. A strong, icy wind blows, and people rush inside their homes. The town starts freezing completely, making life very difficult. Patlu notices a strange glowing light coming from faraway hills. With courage, they decide to find the source of the problem. They begin their journey, walking through deep, freezing snow. The storm grows stronger, making it harder to move forward. Motu slips and falls into the snow, but quickly gets back up. They slowly climb the hill, pushing through the cold wind. At the top, they discover a glowing machine causing the storm. The machine releases powerful cold waves into the air. Patlu carefully examines the machine to understand it. The control panel is frozen, and they try to clear the ice. Motu presses random buttons, making the situation worse. The machine becomes stronger, and the storm grows dangerous. Patlu quickly stops Motu and stays calm. He carefully studies the machine to find a solution. Motu shivers badly, struggling to stay warm. Suddenly, Motu slips and rolls down the snowy slope. He crashes into a big lever connected to the machine. The machine begins to slow, and the wind weakens. Patlu quickly moves and adjusts the controls properly. The machine finally stops, and the snowfall fades away. Warm sunlight breaks through the clouds again. They walk back toward the town, feeling calm and happy. The town slowly begins to unfreeze and return to normal. Ice melts from trees as life starts coming back. The roads clear, and vehicles start moving again. Children happily play as the warmth returns. Motu runs excitedly toward his favorite food stall. Fresh hot samosas are ready, smelling delicious. Motu happily eats and enjoys his favorite food again. The townspeople gather and celebrate with joy. A big celebration begins, full of happiness and laughter. Patlu smiles proudly, watching everything become normal. Motu shares samosas with everyone around him. The sun sets, and the town becomes peaceful again. Motu and Patlu sit together, relaxing after the adventure. Life in the town returns to its happy routine. The last pieces of snow melt away completely. Motu laughs happily, feeling joyful again. Children wave at them with big smiles. The town continues celebrating with joy. Birds fly in the clear blue sky. Motu enjoys his last samosa with satisfaction. Patlu calmly adjusts his glasses and smiles. Both friends walk together in the peaceful evening. Lights glow across the town as evening arrives. Motu waves happily to everyone around him. Patlu will trip the sky, feeling calm and relaxed. Stars shine brightly in the night sky. The town rests peacefully under the stars. Motu lies down happily after a long day. Patlu sits quietly, feeling calm and content. The town remains peaceful and balanced again. A new morning begins with fresh hope. Motu wakes up feeling cheerful and ready. Patlu prepares calmly for the new day. Together, they step into another happy morning. With teamwork and courage, every problem can be solved.